What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. We are down here drinking this hot ass coffee. I almost burned my lip earlier. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and let the diva know that you stopped by. Okay, and we are down here, honey. There's a rooster in the park. Look at how full the moon is. Happy full moon. Happy December 1st. All of that. Look at the moon, bitch. Honey, had my room lit up this morning, child. Hope y'all did what y'all had to do. I mean, the moon is still, it's really pretty. I really want to get out and take a picture of it so I can show y'all what it looks like. And I think I'm going to do that. Hold on, okay? Okay, so I took a picture, y'all. It's going to be cute. I'll show you, okay? It's going to come up. I have to remember to send it to this other situation here. So what's up, y'all? We down here, you know, I've been trying to do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays unless like something happens. I wanted to come down here because of stuff that happened over the weekend. It was a few things that happened over the weekend, and I said I wanted to talk about. LisaRaye and her mother and daughter were on Iyanla Fix My Life. Overall, I had to watch the episode twice in order to understand what work and what tools they were given to progress in their relationships with each other. And I didn't see that. So I was just like, let me watch it again. Maybe I missed something. I felt like it was rushed. Wasn't much content for me, maybe because I know LisaRaye's story so much. You know, I did not know, you know, her situation with her daughter, and I did not know that her daughter had a child. Iyanla comes in. I'm just gonna real quick, you know, Iyanla comes in. She has them call themselves Queen Mother, Queen, and Princess, right? So they can understand their positions. They can have a word association with their positions in their family. A lot of people didn't like that. I was looking at the comments and reading the comments. A lot of people did not like, you know, that's what we got to get away from. You know, how come it just can't be grandmother? Because I mean, in the word itself, it's saying that she is the grandmother and the mother and the daughter. Some people had a problem with that. I think it was in an effort to have an association with some kind of hierarchy. Later on, Iyanla comes out in her priestess garb, which didn't look, I mean, it looked like, okay, this is for TV. And then she started singing Wade in the Water, which I was like, got secondhand embarrassment from, because it just, the way that it was edited, I don't know what was going on with this episode, because I felt like I missed a lot. The foundation at the root of it is a man. At the root of this, the turmoil in this family is a man. The grandmother has not decided or not accepted an idea of healing. Like, I think she just feels comfortable in her misery. She feels comfortable in her misery, and she takes her misery to her daughter's house. And it's like the dynamic between the mother and the daughter, and how LisaRaye is portrayed. But I understand, you cannot be in my home. I understand my father did ... to you, and he did ... to me, and he had us both underneath this whole pimp kind of energy that was happening. The mother said he was abusive to her. She's mad at LisaRaye for going to live with them. LisaRaye has never asked her mother how she felt about her father's death. I think that's what she said. And then the daughter is basically like, I just don't want to repeat this because I have a daughter. Now it's like 4 generations of people here. And at the root of it is this woman who's been abused, and she's bitter, and the tree is rotting from its core, right? And that's basically what's happening here. You know, I can understand being in a home and having a bitter woman around and not wanting them to be around. Like, you can't come in my house. Maybe that's the reason why LisaRaye wears white, because it's like maybe a shield for her. That's what I was thinking about yesterday in the shower. I was like, maybe that's why she wears white. LisaRaye been wearing white for a long time, and maybe that's like a shield for her, and she wants to maintain some type of sanctuary in her home, and she can't do that with her mother and her bitterness there. The mother seems like she wants her pain to be acknowledged. And I didn't like that Iyanla was kind of like, that's your man and that's her father, and she's dealing with the death of her father and you're dealing with the death of your husband. I don't think it's too far-fetched for a daughter to console her mother when the man who sent her through so much abuse is killed by his mistress or one of his hoes or whatever. I don't know what's going on in Chicago. The daughter started talking, and I could look at the daughter and see, I'm like, her heart chakra is fucking closed off. Her throat chakra is open. And that's why people think she has an attitude, and she's too much in her head. And Iyanla was so right on, because she had her answers, and she was the way that she spoke, it was very like clear and to the point. And then she was like, I'm never going to fail, this and that. So I don't know where that I can't fall and I can't fail, where that dynamic came from LisaRaye. And then LisaRaye sent her off to a school in Wyoming or Utah or some crazy place, maybe the same place Paris Hilton went, because these places that they send, you know, teenagers when they're not doing well and they need discipline. And a lot of the time you send your kids to those places and they just abuse them. All they're doing is abusing them and breaking them down mentally. Go watch Paris Hilton's story. She was in one of those places. Her parents felt like they couldn't get a hold of her and she needed some discipline, and they sent her into a place that was very abusive. Those places are not cool. So I could see where the daughter is like, I need to close off everything related to my heart because I don't really trust these people. I don't really trust my mom. She said her mother wasn't nurturing. I don't understand what happened. Why are you not nurturing? I don't get it. Like, I missed all of that. So maybe there's going to be a part 2. I'm like, why aren't you nurturing? I just got that the father pitted the mother and the daughter against each other. The mother felt like LisaRaye was the other woman, and the father was doing that intentionally, which caused a rift between them. And, you know, and then LisaRaye even told her mother that she wishes it was her instead of him that was dead. I don't know what family business. I don't know if it was hoeing. I don't know if it was construction. I don't know what it was. But I felt like I missed a lot. And then Iyanla finally was like, y'all not open. Y'all not open. Your hearts are not open. Y'all still like pent up. The mother just seems like a bitter woman. She probably has a right to be bitter, but to hold on to that, she needs to learn how to and unlearn that you can't sit in this victim template and then expect everybody else to fall in line with the victim template. Like, we're doing other things. We're not going to sit there and hold your hand and be like, oh my God, you know, you got done wrong by this man 50 years ago. It's time to let that shit go. It is time to let that shit go. And the mother, even her lips, nothing. She was mad. Said she came from Mississippi, you know, didn't know nothing, got caught up with this nigga probably talking fast and talking slick and shit, and got into this situation. Now, apparently, I don't know. It just seemed like, it was like weird. I don't know. Maybe there is going to be a part 2. LisaRaye did speak about it on Cocktails with Queens or whatever. And I think she said something to the effect that she wants to go back, and she felt like it was like they did months and months of, you know, filling out paperwork, answering questions, I guess, so she can get an idea about who she's dealing with. But I don't know. Did y'all think that it was productive? I don't think it was productive. And I think here's another example of people trying to go to her, right? And not really wanting to do the work. Why are you here, Shay? Why are you here, LisaRaye? Y'all are closed off to this woman helping you. And I think the symbolism of Iyanla leaving and coming back in what she would say, you know, a wise woman and she is a priestess. And a lot of people like to talk shit about Iyanla, but, you know, everybody isn't for everybody. Everybody is not everybody's cup of tea. But the truth is that she is a priestess, and she does have wisdom, and she does deal with people. Is she doing it for entertainment? And part of that she has to have the personality for that, and people don't like, I don't always like her, we was just talking about her angle with with Shay's family. I don't know why the people go there and don't want to do the work. Do they think this is for play? I'm not sure. And I'm trying to figure out, did Shay and her family have to fill out a bunch of paperwork the same way LisaRaye's family did? I'm sure they did. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell. I don't know. It was just, to me, it was a waste of time. So far, I feel like the celebrities who have been on there, it's been a waste of time. And I'm just going to put it like that. And the mother was like, I have a feeling we're gonna go back. Yeah, lady, because you're not gonna change. You're not gonna change. You want everybody to be mad with you, or I don't know what you want people to do. Yeah, you sitting up in the house, but you sitting up in the house, what are you mad about? I don't want to say nothing, because as soon as I say something, it's gonna be some mess. I'm sure, and when she said that, I've heard that before. People just sitting in the house, not speaking, not saying anything. You mad? I'm not gonna say anything, because if I say something, it's gonna be some mess. Why does it have to be any mess? Don't you respect your daughter? Do you not respect your daughter because she was your husband, your raggedy ass, dusty ass husband, made it seem like she was the other woman and used her as a pawn in your situation between you two, and you can't forgive her for that? Because maybe she played into it and loved it, because every time LisaRaye gets a chance, she's telling you she's a daddy's girl. I remember I used to tell people that I was a daddy's girl. That was a whole thing in my head that I made up trying to figure out the relationship between me and my father, making it into something that it really wasn't. And LisaRaye, every time you hollered that I was a daddy's girl, and he was, no, your father seemed to be. And then when she said that the mother was driving her around to the other bitch's house, and it is a form of emotional manipulation. You see what your father is doing to me? You see, look at these bitches. But that didn't do nothing but seem to make her love her daddy more. But he wasn't shit at the end of the day. And all of this shit, the center of all of this bitterness trickling down, imprinted in DNA, is in LisaRaye, now to her daughter, and now to her granddaughter, her great-granddaughter. All because of this once, and they do need to heal. And after a while, the other person who harmed you can no longer have that hold on you. You gotta let it go. And things will trigger you, and it's okay, but you just gotta let that shit go. And the crazy part is, the mother is so old that she is not going to let it go. It has become a part of her identity. So much, the victim has become so much of her identity, it's hard to let it go. And she's not going to let it go because she's so old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You just can't. Anyways, y'all, so next topic I wanted to talk about was T.I. I don't know it, but he was in
please say a command.
Bluetooth audio. He was in
Bluetooth audio.
He was on his podcast with, I only saw Carlos, 85 South guy, and Chico Bean, and the other one is DC Young Fly, right? Who I think they are actually funny. I think they're a great team, the young comics coming up, but they're ignorant, as most young black male comics are. Fucking ignorant. They were on T.I.'s show, Expeditiously, his podcast. I want to play what he played. He said, T.I. said about women not liking a man unless he got bitches. You heard what I said. Here we go.
The women out there who say they want a man who ain't got no bitches, them women don't really want a man who ain't got no bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Like, for real, bro. Like, just think about a man who ain't got no bitches and that energy and how that is and how that feels and what it look like.
Think about that time.
That's what attract you to that nigga, because he had bitches, that energy, that misogyny you speak so poorly of.
Yes, sir.
That shit provides a vibe that you are obviously attracted to.
A sense of comfort.
It put out pheromone.
Wait a minute. How can somebody be attracted to misogyny when misogyny literally means the hatred of women? Maybe you are attracted to men who hate women, because maybe you hate women too. I don't know. Maybe you can find the loophole in T.I.'s in this Lollipop Guild's president's logic. Hold on, here we go.
You understand me?
No,
and them
we don't.
pheromones cause you to be attracted. And I'm not saying that it's right to be this way or wrong to be that way. I'm just saying it's a fact that it is this way.
It is that way.
I'm not trying to. That misogyny you speak. Track you to that nigga because he had bitches, that energy, that misogyny you speak so poorly of.
Yes, sir.
That shit provides a vibe that you are obviously attracted to.
He literally doesn't know what he's
It put
talking
out
about.
pheromone.
Yeah.
You understand me? And them pheromones cause you to be attracted. And I'm not saying that it's right to be this way or wrong to be that way. I'm just saying it's a fact that it is this way.
It is that way.
I'm not trying to excuse, merely explaining to you.
Okay, so I said what he should say is, first of all, T.I., you don't understand what the word misogyny means, and for you to even put it in a situation where you're trying to make it an empowering thing or make it seem the misogyny that you speak so poorly of, everybody should speak poorly of misogyny. Everybody should know, man, woman, child. Nobody should, there's nothing good. The word itself, it means hatred for women. So there's nothing good that can come from it. So everybody speaking about it should be speaking poorly of it. And maybe the hatred of women is an attractive trait for some women. Maybe it is. Maybe you want a nigga who hates women. I mean, I've always said it's a lot of heterosexual men who hate women, and it is. And they will still have sex with you and they don't like you. I'm sure you can go listen to LisaRaye. She will tell you and break it down for you. They will do everything, honey. And I do think something is wrong with a person who has sex with somebody they don't like. Unless you're a sex worker, unless you are getting paid for your services, you don't necessarily like the person. But if you don't, I say all the time, there are a lot of heterosexual men who just do not like women, and they don't. And a woman, in terms of her being there provided to him sexually, that doesn't mean that he necessarily likes the woman. It means that she provides a service for him in order to release. It doesn't mean that I have any connection to you, that I like you, that I love you, that I want to call you later. It doesn't have nothing to do with that. So maybe some women are attracted to men who hate women. That's a concept that I have never even thought of. I have never even thought of that. So maybe that's something we need to unpack. Women attracted to men who don't like women. Wow. Okay. Here's the thing, and I always say this. The way that it's set up, monogamy is a choice that you make. We know what it is, right? To be with one and one, right? We have a society that raises women to believe that they desire monogamy, right? That's not taught to boys. Boys are taught to boop, 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 right? Women are taught to boop, right? Now, there are women who are boop, 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 boop. These are pictures of little figurines of men, figurines, right? I'm speaking in a heterosexual idea, right? I'm just speaking for heterosexual. Okay. So you have the women who are raised to believe that monogamy suits them. And some people do believe that. I do believe that it does suit men more than it suits women, because it does guarantee that broke men get married. Now, you have a non-monogamous man who has grown up in a society who he runs his life and he is operating as a non-monogamous person. He finds a woman who wants a monogamous relationship. He decides to partner with that woman and maintain his non-monogamous, makeup, right? And she believes that this man, she knows who he is. You know who they are. But non-monogamous men feel more comfortable and more secure with a monogamous woman. Because men, although they have been taught that they are the most logical, they are the smartest, they can deal with reason more, they are not emotionally able to even grasp the idea that there is a woman that they're laying down with who is doing the same thing as them. They can't take it. So they go and find a woman whose mind frame is, I am dealing with a monogamous man, and you're not. You believe that you are, and now he's cheating on you and cheating on you and cheating on you. But you have also accepted the idea that your worthiness is dependent on him choosing you for a monogamous relationship, even though he's not practicing monogamy in the relationship. Men don't want non-monogamous women. They don't want women to do what they do. So they find and then they say, well, you just jealous because I got all these bitches. The bitches is what attracted you to me. Is it? Is that what it is? Do you believe that a woman is attracted to a man when he has more women around him? Because maybe he looks like he can take care of all these women. Maybe it looks like he's not actually just only giving them penis. Maybe he's doing something more, so it makes him attractive, right? But you, instead of partnering with non-monogamous women, your level of self-esteem can't handle a non-monogamous woman. Am I making sense of what I'm saying? Because if you are a non-monogamous man and you believe that bitches attract bitches, then you should partner with bitches who have multiple men the same way you have multiple bitches. But y'all can't take it. So go find Tiny, right? Go find Portia. Go find all these women who have an idea that I'm going to be in a monogamous relationship with a non-monogamous man, and he can go do what he wants to do, but I'm still sitting here looking stupid, edges falling out, because you have accepted the idea that this person is going to one day be monogamous. And the truth of the matter is, they're not raised that way. That's a choice that a person makes. And we're not, and to me, I feel like if there were more men who were honest and said, listen, I'm non-monogamous, you wouldn't be in relationships with women that you cheat on. Those women would, some of them will, others will think that they can change you, but women will be like, okay, well, I'm cool. You're non-monogamous. I want to be in a monogamous relationship. And that's fair. Right? And I think you should be allowed to make that decision. You should not, as a woman who wants to enter into a monogamous relationship, unwittingly go and enter a relationship with somebody who's not monogamous, and now you're being cheated on. So T.I., to make his little self feel big and, you know, that testosterone running, and maybe he meant that's that testosterone. I don't know what he's talking about. What he said is that misogyny that you talk so. That is an ignorant nigga. That nigga is ignoramus. He is. And this is a man that's raising children. This is a man who took his daughter. I'm done talking. Anyways, I just basically said, Lollipop, I said all that to say, Lollipop Guild president should say that men like him enter into monogamous relationships because of their insecurities, and it will not allow them to partner with other women who are also non-monogamous like them. So just let me say, in order to stroke my ego, that other women are attracted to me and I can't help it. I got bitches, that's why you like me. I can't help it because these bitches like me. No, why are you partnering with a monogamous woman? Why don't you go partner with a bunch of bitches? Like, all those bitches that you fucking, they fucking other niggas' trust. You just don't, but you don't want your bottom bitch. It's a whole pimp whore type of mentality. Anyway, I'm done talking about that. I think that's enough for that. Hold on. Okay.